Well, you might have heard it before when talking with friends that Huntsville really is the right size when it comes to a city to have some fun stuff to do and a great place to live. But like it or not, the secret is out. Business is booming, and we have a really big population moving into Huntsville as it's one of the cities on the rise here in Alabama. Joining me today, Shay Jarbo with ValleyMLS.com. Shay, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us, William. We appreciate it.
Right, so we're talking today about this influx of infrastructure and companies that Huntsville is seeing. Toyota Mazda is a great example, and all of the various suppliers that come with that. So with all those headlines out, we know that Huntsville is growing. So what right now are we seeing in the real estate market as a result of all this news?
Well, William, we are definitely seeing an uptick in our market. Even hitting a slower time of the year, we are getting those phone calls and those requests to get in those houses. And then low inventory, of course, is making that a little bit harder for the clients who come in, but also keeping us moving faster, trying to find options out there for the clients that are coming in.
Sure, sure. And Shay, we really have two audiences that we want to address today. One is that person who's always called Huntsville home, been here for a while, and maybe you're moving into the area and you want to get some, some recon on the market. So I'm going to start first with the homebody, someone who's called Huntsville home for a while. If I am a homeowner right now and I know that demand is going up for homes, I can maybe see some value increases in my house, what's kind of the smart play for feeling out the market of, well, maybe I should consider selling and moving somewhere else in the area?
Well, we definitely see a lot of our natives here having that thought lately. Between the great market and the low rates, I can definitely tell you it's that perfect time to look in to see if your numbers work for you to sell. Of course, those numbers are very important, and for some people it's going to be right on the mark and they're going to see those improvements, but because our market differs throughout our city, you want to make sure that you know those numbers backwards and forwards. So bring in a professional to help you with that and see exactly where you stand. And of course, with a strong market, what better time to list if those numbers work for you?
Sure, and you mentioned the interest rates. You had the recent news, the federal rates going down, so absolutely a fair point. If I want to get that, you said bring in a professional. Is it appropriate to contact a realtor just to kind of feel out the market?
Absolutely. Bring that realtor that you trust in. Of course, you can always go to ValleyMLS.com if you don't have a realtor right now that you're using and find a great representative for you. They'll take you through and let you know what the market's doing in your backyard and the market as a whole, so you can see again what your investment is valued at. It's not just a home, it's usually our biggest investment. And they can get you in contact with a proper person to talk about your interest rate for your mortgage. Those are really low right now. We're very surprised that they're holding as low as they are. And keep in mind that right now, with us being as low and projected to go up in the future, you're able to obtain more house now than you will be maybe a year, 2 years, 3 years down the road. So from having a strong market in many areas, we have what we refer to as a seller's market. What better time to go out there, and even if you're not in a have-to situation, if you just want to do it, we don't see a better time for most people than right now. Sure,
so it's a really, really first-class problem to have. You might be a little on the fence with maybe more traffic here in Huntsville, but keep in mind that you have a potential opportunity to really kind of see your options there. But I want to talk about the other audience now. So maybe this audience is a little more panicked, all right? They're moving into Huntsville, they're in an apartment, and they're hearing all these headlines, and they're saying, man, do I need to jump right now? I mean, what is my best play for getting into a house, affordably?
Right, so be prepared. First off, be prepared when you come. Know what you can afford. Be ready with a lender behind you to back you if you're not coming in with cash. Be familiar with the market. Know exactly what your needs are. We all have wants, but those needs are those things we have to have in this next home. So have your list and be prepared to make those decisions pretty quickly. On the same token, again, educate yourself before you get here. That saves you some time. Good, clean offers are helpful in this market too. And again, your real estate professional will help guide you through all of that.
Sure, sure. And for some of those new buyers, I think it's important to kind of give you some the lay of the land here in Huntsville. I mean, a lot of this development has not been targeted at one area of Huntsville or one area of the county. It's really all over, which has really made it to where you have some rural areas that have really developed in the big suburbs. You have parts of Huntsville. North Huntsville's getting a lot of development these days, and with that means there's potential opportunities.
And it's excitement. So we complain about growth a lot of times, but within the growth that we've had locally, when you see our community grow, you also see more amenities and conveniences come in. So maybe for that person who purchased out in the county 5-10 years ago that didn't have a grocery store around the corner, we're seeing those grocery stores there now. So people are able to move out a little bit farther or in areas where these conveniences weren't there before and have more amenities for them and the people in their household to enjoy. And even with the growth in our city, the amazing part that we continue to hear is drive time. You don't think about how important that is to your average individual. But when you live outside of our area, what we don't always think about is the long commute to work. And here we still have a great average that keeps us below the national average for commute time for work, well below that number actually, and we really see people enjoying that too.
That's a great point. So when you go to ValleyMLS.com and you're doing some searching, don't think you got to look right next to downtown. Make sure you zoom out, look at those surrounding areas, because there really could be a great deal and a great fit for you. So Shay, really great information. We appreciate you coming on today.
Thanks, William. We appreciate you having us.